I'd like to call the meeting to order. We'll start with the Pledge of Allegiance.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Before we start with our regular agenda, we'd like to have a presentation by Katrina Gownley, who's our Children and Youth Administrator, and I see she has some of her staff here as well. I don't know if they'll be taking part in it, but it's regarding our participation in the Pennsylvania State Roundtable's Family Engagement Initiative, and I understand you also have some other good things that have been happening and some results that for your department that you'd like to share with everybody.
First of all, I'd like to thank the commissioners for their support and the support of the courts. For those of you who don't know me, I am Katrina Gownley, the Administrator for Children and Youth. And we were recently, sorry, that's not it. We were recently selected by the Pennsylvania courts to be what's called an FEI County, a Family Engagement Initiative. We were one of 3 counties that were selected. It was Northumberland, Dauphin, and Philadelphia County. And the whole purpose of this FEI is to increase family involvement with children, to reduce the trauma that occurs when children need to be removed from their homes, and also to lessen the time that children have to spend away from the people that they love. So that is the whole purpose of this. One of the reasons that we were selected was because our county has done great efforts in reducing the number of children in care. Northumberland County, we went from 267 children in care to we're currently at 167. And this is due to a lot of initiatives that we've started, one being family finding. This past year, we found over 266 absent parents that were missing from children's lives. We also had 56 adoptions occur this year, and that is due to our great collaboration with the courts and giving us more court time. And so we are very proud of Northumberland County that we were selected. And what this will do for us is bring a lot of training, which would cost a lot of money, and it's pretty much free, paid through the courts, to get our staff on board to continue with more family finding to hopefully reduce the numbers from 167 in care to even lower. So we're excited. I don't know if anyone has any questions or. I thank you for this opportunity though, because it's exciting.
Thank you for all your hard work, you and your staff, because I know that over the last couple of years, we've changed the way, in many ways, that we do things in your department, and I know that change is never easy. and really, you and your staff stepped up to the plate, and we're seeing the results now, which is, we're able to better serve the children in this county, and that's what it's all about.
Thank you, Commissioner. I failed to mention something else that I should. When we submitted our application for this, we needed the cooperation of a lot of other partners, such as the commissioners, the chief clerk, the courts, but we also needed mental health, our adult probation system, and our juvenile court system. So this isn't only a children and youth initiative, it crosses all the human services.
Certainly, we get everybody involved.
Yep.
And to be recognized, out of 3 counties out of 67, to get this is an honor too, and I think it shows that the hard work that you have and the improvement that has happened in the department since you've taken over, and I want to thank you all for that.
My staff works very hard. Thank you.
Thank you.
At this time, we'd like to call for citizens' input for agenda items only. Hearing none, A motion is needed to approve and dispense with the reading of the minutes of the Commissioners' public meeting held on Tuesday, September 3rd, 2019.
So moved.
Second?
On the question, all in favor state aye.
Aye.
None opposed, motion carries.
A motion is needed to pay all county and liquid fuel payrolls as submitted by the Human Resource Officer, payroll number 18, in the amount of $760,113.39, and payroll number 19 in the amount of $772,926.72.
So moved.
Second?
On the question, all in favor state aye.
Aye.
None opposed, motion carries.
Motion needed to pay all county and liquid fuel bills as submitted by the county controller in the amount of $5,262,176.24 from August 24th, 2019 to September 27th, 2019.
So moved.
Second?
On the question, all in favor state aye.
Aye.
None opposed, motion carries.
Announcements. A work session will be held on Tuesday, October 15th, 2019, beginning at 10 a.m. in the Commissioners' Conference Room. The next regular public meeting will be held on Tuesday, November 12th, 2019, at 1 p.m. in the public meeting room at the Administration Center, 399 Stadium Drive, Sunbury. The Northumberland County Courthouse, Administration Center, and related county facilities will be closed on Monday, October 14th, 2019, in observance of the Columbus Day holiday, Tuesday, November 5th, 2019, in observance of the Election Day holiday, and Monday, November 11th, 2019, in observance of the Veterans Day holiday. A motion is needed for the Commissioners to sign the state tax equalization voucher for transfers of real estate for the month of August 2019 as submitted by the Assessment Office.
So moved.
Second?
On the question, all in favor state aye.
Aye.
None opposed, motion carries.
A motion is needed to approve the employee status sheet list of new hires, individuals no longer employed, promotions, demotions, and transfers as items number 1 through 27.
So moved.
Second?
On the question, all in favor state aye.
Aye.
None opposed, motion carries.
A motion is needed to approve the following reports as listed on your public meeting agenda.
For a motion,
So moved.
Second?
on the question, all in favor state aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, motion carries.
Motion is needed to ratify a letter to the Treasurer and Controller dated September 19th, 2019, to transfer $110,000 from the general funds to Northumberland County Area Agency on Aging to cover accounts payable until funds are reimbursed from the state.
So moved.
Second?
On the question, all in favor state aye.
Aye.
None opposed, motion carries.
Motion is needed to ratify a letter to the Treasurer and Controller dated September 26, 2019, to transfer an additional $60,000 from the general fund to Northumberland County Area Agency on Aging to cover accounts payable for a total of $170,000, with these funds being reimbursed as soon as the county receives the funds from the state.
So moved.
Second?
Question, all in favor state aye.
Aye.
None opposed, motion carries.
Motion needed authorizing permission to advertise the following: bids request for supply and delivery of heating oil for various county buildings on behalf of the county engineer.
So moved.
Second?
On the question, all in favor state aye.
Aye.
None opposed, motion carries.
At this time, we'd like to recognize the Controller for report on bid openings held on Thursday, September 19, 2019 at 10:30 a.m. in the conference room for the HVAC subcontractor for the Northumberland County Weatherization Program.
Northumberland County received one bid for heating, ventilation, and air conditioning subcontracting services for the weatherization department for fiscal year 1920 from LTS Plumbing and Heating of Pax Zionist, PA. I have details here that will be available for the press if they need, because there's different amounts based on types of resident.
As you said fiscal year 1920, did you mean 2019? Or 2020?
Fiscal year 1920.
19 through 20. Oh,
I
okay.
think crisis starts the October
Okay.
1st of 19 and runs through September 30th.
Of
Or Light Heap-
2020.
Light Heap starts October 1st of 19 and runs through September 30th of 20. Odd fiscal year.
We usually get more than one bid.
We only got one bid last year, I believe, by memory. In the past, we have had more than one, but one year we had three. But I know last year and this year, we only received one bid.
What was the amount of the bid?
Again, it ranges by type of residence. So, for example, standard cleaning of a furnace, for a mobile home furnace would be $160. A regular home gas furnace would be $160. Regular home oil furnace would be $189. And then there's hourly rate for a technician is $80 an hour. Hourly rate for labor is $48.
Motion is needed to award the bid for HVAC subcontractor for Northumberland County Weatherization Program to LTS Plumbing and Heating Incorporated, Pax Science, Pennsylvania, as recommended by Weatherization Coordinator Dwayne Chickatano.
So moved.
On the question, all in favor state aye. Aye. None opposed, motion carries.
Motion is needed to reappoint Michael Huberler as Public Director for the Conservation District Board of Directors to a 4-year term beginning January 1st, 2020, and ending December 31st, 2023.
So moved.
On the question, all in favor state aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, motion carries.
Motion is needed to authorize the chairman to execute a third amendment to the purchase agreement between the County of Northumberland and MNK03 Holdings LLC, extending the date of closing to October 25th, 2019, to permit MNK03 Holdings LLC to access the subject property prior to closing, and to permit MNK03 Holdings LLC at its own expense to make certain improvements to the property prior to closing, subject to the payment by MNK03 Holdings LLC to the county of an additional deposit of $100,000.
So moved.
Second, on the question, all in favor state aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? One opposed, motion carries.
Motion is needed to authorize travel requests and attendance of the following workshops, seminars, as in accordance with the county's Personnel Manual Travel Reimbursement Policy.
Motion.
So moved.
Second?
On the question, all in favor state aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, motion carries. We'll move on now to the solicitor's report, please.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Motion to adopt Resolution R84-19, bid award agreement between the Northumberland County Commissioners on behalf of the Weatherization Department and LTS Plumbing and Heating to provide HVAC services to the weatherization program.
So moved.
Second?
On the question, all in favor state aye. Aye. None opposed, motion carries.
Motion to adopt Resolution R85-19, purchase of services agreement between the Northumberland County Commissioners on behalf of the Elections Office and Alicia Elliott for providing services in the Elections Office. This is ratification.
So moved.
Second?
The question, all in favor state aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, motion carries.
Motion to adopt Resolution R86-19, renewal of service agreement between the Northumberland County Commissioners and Commonwealth of Security of Sunbury for maintenance services to security systems at various county buildings.
So moved.
Second?
On the question, all in favor state aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, motion carries.
Motion to adopt Resolution R87-19, maintenance and service agreement between the Northumberland County Commissioners on behalf of the Northumberland County District Attorney's Office and the Pennsylvania Commission on Crime and Delinquency for the Pennsylvania District Attorney's Institute for the statewide automated victim information and notification SAVIN systems, which will enhance victims' services efforts by creating and implementing an automated system of notification that will be available to victims 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. This is a ratification.
So moved.
Second?
On the question, all in favor state aye.
Aye.
None opposed, motion carries.
Motion to adopt Resolution R88-19, amendment to the Professional and Administrative Services Agreement Contract Number C0000692118 between the Northumberland County Commissioners on behalf of Planning and CETA Council of Governments for Federal Fiscal Year 2017 Community Block Development Grant, amending changes to the environmental review and activity management projects.
So moved.
Second?
Question, all in favor state aye.
Aye.
None opposed, motion carries.
Motion to adopt Resolution R89-19, contract agreement between the Northumberland County Commissioners on behalf of the Northumberland County Prison and Penn Fire Protection Incorporated for inspection and testing of the sprinkler system at the Prison and Administrative Center located at 670 and 720 Northumberland County Drive, Cole Township, Pennsylvania. This is ratification.
So moved.
Second?
Question, all in favor state aye.
Aye.
None opposed, motion carries.
Motion to adopt Resolution R90-19, purchase of services agreement between the Northumberland County Commissioners on behalf of the Coroner's Office and Mary Catherine Kelly Kirby for providing services to the Coroner's Office.
So moved.
Second?
Question, All in favor, state aye.
Aye.
None opposed, motion carries.
Motion to adopt Resolution R91-19, subrecipient agreement between the County of Northumberland and Housing Authority of Northumberland County on behalf of the Department of Community and Economic Development for use of fiscal year 2017 Community Development Block Grant funding for the demolition of blighted properties.
So moved.
Second.
On the question? All in favor, state aye. Aye. None opposed, motion carries.
Motion to adopt Resolution R92-19, subrecipient agreement between the County of Northumberland and the Housing Authority of Northumberland County on behalf of the Department of Community and Economic Development for use of fiscal year 2018 Community Development Block Grant funding for the demolition of blighted properties.
So moved.
Second.
Question? All in favor, state aye.
Aye.
None opposed, motion carries.
Motion to adopt Resolution R93-19, subrecipient agreement between the County of Northumberland and Mount Carmel Township on behalf of the Department of Community and Economic Development for use of fiscal year 2016 Community Development Block Grant funding for the Locust Gap Pump Station Reconstruction Project for the installation of 2 new submersible pumps and electronic control systems.
Moved.
Second.
On the question? All in favor, state aye.
Aye.
None opposed, motion carries.
Motion to adopt Resolution R94-19, Commissioners' Budget Amendments as listed.
So moved.
Second. On the question? All in favor, state aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
Abstain.
1 abstention, motion carries.
Motion to adopt Resolution R95-19, Agreements, Amendments, Revisions, Grants, Leases, and Reports between the Northumberland County Commissioners on behalf of the Human, Senior, and Social Services and the named service providers as listed, numbers 1 through 21. The above agreements, amendments, revisions, grants, leases, and reports are not with county employees, nor does their organizational contract list county employees as their principal or in their board of directors.
So moved.
Second.
On the question? All in favor, state aye.
Aye.
None opposed, motion carries. Okay, is there any old business come before the board?
Yeah, it's citizen input or whatever.
We're getting that in a moment, yeah. No old business. Is there any new business to be brought before the board? Okay, and public input.
I just have a couple of things, like I always do. I have one question. What is the amount of money that was budgeted for the overtime this year at the county prison? That you guys budgeted, set aside for overtime at the county prison?
Budget director, has that number offhand or? Can provide that to you then when he goes back to us.
Well, I can provide it to you because it was in this big thing that they had in the paper on September 8th. It says Budget Director Steve Cook said that nothing was budgeted for overtime at the prison.
Well,
Because the county,
that wasn't exactly how I stated it.
oh, I didn't even know that was you.
Yes, me.
Okay, well, that's what was in the paper. That's what the citizens are reading.
Yeah, I mean, initially, the budget was submitted by the prison, and they had requested, they had set aside a certain amount for the overtime, but that wasn't what was approved. We were still in the process of trying to figure out how many staff, as you know, we're still kind of, well, I think we settled on that, but how many correctional officers we would need, which would affect the overtime number, so that was never established at that point. We did budget salaries, a salary number,
That's
but
not in here, but there was nothing budgeted for overtime. There
no,
was-
the overtime's included in the salaries. It just wasn't broken out separately. It doesn't have to be broken out separately. We don't have a line item for overtime. So, yes, there's money allocated for overtime. It's paid out of the salary line item.
Well, I, as a citizen, I'm reading what was in the paper, that's all, and that was my
Well, that's-
question, because it says nothing was budgeted for overtime at the prison because the county wasn't sure how to project staffing at the prison in its first year, according to Budget Director Stephen Cook.
Right.
And then we try to minimize overtime, blah, 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 but
What I was saying is just what I said, that we don't budget it as a separate line item. So if you go on the budget, you're not gonna find prison overtime, this amount.
well,
It's a salary number, and that includes
Yeah,
both
that
regular
includes
salary and
overtime.
overtime, and what an estimation of that would be for the budget, I think is what he's saying.
Is that like that every year?
I don't know that
That
we've
there's
ever
no
broken
separate
that
budget
out.
because-
We've never broken it out separately as a separate line item. Since I've been here.
Well, according to this article that was in the paper, every other county has a budget separate for overtime. That's why I was asking.
But once again, that might be a matter of how they track it. They may not have it actually budgeted in their line item budget. I mean, I don't know what the other counties are doing. We are certainly aware of what the overtime is costing us. And.
Well, that's why I'm
and-
asking how much money was budgeted compared to the amount of money that's going out, because it's up over 500,000 according to this article that was in the paper.
Well, we don't, like I said, we don't have a separate number, that's what I'm trying to tell you, for overtime. It's
But-
factored into the overall salary number.
Compared to other years, how is the overtime at the jail compared to the overtime at the new jail? Can I ask that question?
Well, I wouldn't, I don't.
What is the money-wise? I mean, somebody has to know what the money-wise is.
Well, yeah, I mean,
Budgeted
obviously,
overtime.
I don't have that handy, I mean, I wasn't aware that I would need that for the meeting here. But I don't have, I know what the overtime's, as you know, you go to the prison board meetings, that overtime is reported at the prison board meetings, and it's compared to the prior year.
So that
It's
should be
in-
brought up,
It's in the reports that are handed out in the prison board.
that should be brought up at the prison board meeting.
It is, I'm just saying, I don't, yeah,
Okay.
that's in the reports, I'm not sure if you get the reports, but.
All right, well, another thing is that for the first 6 months that, since the jail opened, it was up to $250,000 in overtime. So that was from October till March, April. And now, according to the paper, it's up over 500,000. So within the past 4 months, that had to equal out to, again, $250,000 in overtime for the county prison. So it's going to be even more than that with the September and October added into it. I'm just saying, that's a lot of money to not be budgeted into. I don't,
It is budgeted.
We can't control how the newspaper chooses to portray or describe things. You aren't the first person who's come in here and, it's confusing because they read something in the newspaper that's portrayed a certain way, but usually it's an oversimplification of what the number is, as he's saying that it's not budgeted. We don't report it as a separate line item, but certainly an amount for anticipated overtime, it would have been included in the salary line item, because we know that every year there is a certain amount that is paid out as straight salary versus some as overtime. I don't know how the newspaper portrayed it in there, but it's, yeah.
county has a right to know that, the citizens have a right to know what that budgeted money is, because every other county had it listed in the paper, but North Dunn, that's okay. Okay, let's move on. Since April, I've been coming here with concerns of jail staffing, safety, overtime salary, and I've been told over and over by the prison board, at the prison board meetings and at the county commissioner meetings, because it seems to be a back and forth issue. With the overstaffing issues, I was told that, all the prisons, Union and Snyder, they all have this issue going back and forth. Am I right, Mr. Chickatano, with overtime? I mean, with staffing.
Yes.
With the constant turnover of
Correct.
staffing on. And I was told that numerous times here. Well, here in the article in the paper, Doug Schaefer, Union County Prison Warden, states that over the years, we've had people move on, go to state, go to federal prison, but in general, I haven't lost any staff in the last 2 years other than retirement. So I think maybe somebody should talk to this board and ask
Think-
him what the secret is.
What prison was that?
Union County, his picture's.
How many employees did they have? If I remember, they had a very small number of
They do,
employees.
but the point of it is, he's keeping his employees no matter how small. No matter how small that jail is and how small the system is, those employees are staying there. So what's his secret to keeping his employees there? I mean, I think that I see the county is wasting a lot of money in overtime at the prison. $500,000 to me seems like a lot. Plus, they paid $85,000 in penalty costs to the 911 system that already costs millions of dollars. That's all taxpayers' money going into this, what I consider, let's do something about it. That's a lot of money to me. maybe not to anybody in here or to money-wise for the county, but to me, it seems like a lot of money. And I have one more thing, and then I'm done. Is it possible at all, I don't know if anybody ever brought this up, to change some of these meetings times to evenings so that some of the concerned citizens, the taxpayers, the workers of the county can attend these meetings and express their concern? Because most of the people that are the taxpayers are out there working at 1 o'clock. So if some of the meetings could be in the evening, you can get citizens to come in and at least express their concern too. Most people are working at this time, so you're not going to get a lot of people here. I just don't know if that was ever.
We actually did do that, and I think the first year we had at least 2, there might have possibly been 3, but I think it was at least 2 that we did do in the evenings. What we saw was that there weren't any greater numbers that came, and frankly, we ended up incurring additional costs because of having to bring some of the administrative staff in after hours, after normal work hours. That's something that certainly, I mean, there'll be a new board that'll be in place here that'll set the meetings for the next 4 years, and that's certainly something they can consider. I was someone who was I remember a big proponent of that in the past and thought that we should do that, but then when we saw that there really wasn't any more participation from the public, we got away from doing it. But I don't disagree that it's a good idea. It certainly makes it available to people. It's a question of, do we get more people in, and if we see that we are, then maybe it's worth the extra cost. But when we didn't see that, then it seemed like it didn't, it wasn't going to be worth the extra administrative cost of doing them in the evenings. But again, there'll be another board that can decide they want to do that. That wouldn't be a bad thing. So.
One more thing. The one meeting that I was here, there was a consultant here by the name of Karen Nicholson. And she said that she helps with staffing issues, training, overtime, and everything at the prison. Was that consultant firm ever considered for the jail? They were here at a monthly meeting. Karen Nicholson was her name.
Come to the board meeting.
No, it was here.
No, but it was probably at a prison board meeting here.
Oh, it might have been, I'm sorry. Yeah, I don't know. She
I don't know if they've.
She spoke, she was here with some gentlemen.
I don't know if they have approached anybody else on the prison board since then, or if anybody on the prison board's approached them about utilizing their services. I've not heard anything more about it myself, but I don't run the prison.
That's all for me.
Any other public input? Okay, I'll make a motion to adjourn.